Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. Okay, again, no, not the periodic table. We definitely will be getting back into it, but the creator wanted me to share something with y'all. I totally asked for permission before doing this segment. I had a situation today. It wasn't like a major situation, but I experienced warfare from the time I woke up until the time I got back in. Just in case you guys haven't heard, I'm in the back room, so y'all might hear echo or some noises coming from outside, right? Now, the craziest part about this is because I was told to be on the lookout yesterday, right, for warfare. So I was thinking, okay, the little things that came up yesterday was a fight at my job. I was thinking, okay, this is the warfare, but no, it was today. So the main thing is to be on high alert. The warfare is going to look like what it is not. It is going to come off as subtle differences, subtle things that can quickly and easily escalate if you don't take charge and grab the situation by the horns, okay? A lot of people will try to interject in your plans, right? Everything that you are attempting to do, people are going to try to thwart everything that you're doing. You have to be solid and firm in your position to be able to negate what people are trying to stop. You have to be dead set, and you have to set your intentions. Like early in the morning when you wake up, you have to know that, okay, today, even though I don't feel like it, I need to tackle and accomplish X, Y, and Z. And maybe you need to roll back around to A, B, and C just in case X, Y, and Z and ABC are a little bit far off, right? You just want to go ahead and get to it just in case somebody's trying to stop you before you even could get there, right? Because that's what warfare is. Spiritual warfare is when people do behind the scenes manipulation, right? They're not coming in your face directly, but it can manifest as spirits, right? Ship-shifting into physical or human form. Because the human form is just in the form of a human, but physical can be an animal, just a house, right? You can have a whole entire entity take over a whole building and everybody be possessed in that mug, right? So don't be confused, right? It doesn't have to be a Ouija board. It doesn't have to be candles. It doesn't have to be a mirror or water, because people scry. Those are some of the most popular ways. But today, other than the evil eye and other than like come to me spells or like death spells, right? People are drawing energy, and I mean at crazy amounts. I mean, rituals being done to extract the creative energy, the sexual energy, the innocent energy, right? Because and we talked about the Schumann tone, right? The universal tone that is not heard by, the physical ear, but babies and animals can tap into this energy, right? We talked about that. But the thing is, the frequency or the vibration that is required in order for you to tap in is a harmonious frequency. Okay? It's a vibration that you yourself cannot attain or obtain without the Creator drawing you near. Without you being cognizant and conscious of what it is that the Creator is allowing. The Creator has to sign off on this frequency, because as we age and develop and exist or dwell in this realm, we start to lose touch of the other realities unless we stay in that level of awareness or consciousness. Animals and babies don't have to deal with the everyday life of, the entire minutia of being a human adult, right? Or a young adult, or even a teenager, right? So the things that we encounter, they consume us, and they, as we age and as we experience, those experiences and energies tend to consume our original state or our original frequency. We're all born with this very high frequency, right? But even if you are karmic, or if God wanted you to be that way, unless he just made you a demon straight out of the cootie cat, we're all born with that tenderness, with that vibrational pureness, right? With the frequency of love, heart, the highest of the all highs. So as long as you are operating in that energy, and you have to be connected to the Creator in one way or another to do so, you'll be able to see the attacks. You'll sense the attacks. You'll hear it. Why? Because the vibration that you're in is higher than the vibrational tones and frequencies of your attackers. So you'll hear them coming. You'll see them coming. You'll smell them coming, because where they're coming from is different from where you are, and it doesn't match. So it's going to disrupt in some kind of way, right? Whether you get a bad energy, whether you get a headache, whether you are hungry all of a sudden, whether you feel the need to go back to your old habits, whatever it is, right? You have to be willing to understand that this frequency is not to be taken lightly. Okay? It is a gift that God has given you to allow you to be sustained in such a low vibrational environment. Okay? This is where the attacks start to come in. This is why you're being attacked. Because it's just like the light and the darkness that we discussed. When you're in this room, right, it's darkness. This is the underworld, right? And there are levels beneath here and below here, but we're not physically walking in that. People who do decide to delve into those lower vibrations and they're interdimensional, trust and believe they have a hard time shaking that energy off. And that's why it's so apparent to people who are vibrating high who's from the lower frequency, because the energy is daunting. It's a drag. It's heavy. It's dense. It's dark. It's unfamiliar. It's unsettling. It doesn't feel good. So if you are in a particular space that is above, or that is lighter, or more colorful, or more angelic, you will immediately sense when something is not a vibrational match for you. Even if it's just one notch below, you will know, okay, this is not my level or above, but it's not all the way down there in the dark, the dark ages or the underworld. Because even though the Creator created it, he created it with a certain vibration in mind, right? So again, there are representatives of that particular space. There are people who represent the same way God has warriors fighting in this room. He created karmic or devilish demonic entities and people to show you what it looks like to really be a part of hell, to really be in hell, right? And we've seen it. People who attack through their eyes, they're, Satanists, they're Luciferians, they don't believe in God. And not believing in God and being a Satanist is not the same. Okay? Maybe your life and your circumstances and just your overall perception doesn't allow you to understand or, wrap your mind around the concept of God, right? But just flat out denouncing God, knowing that he exists, and then deciding to go with the darker side of what he represents. And I'm not saying like Satanists and Luciferians are going to go to hell, right? They are what hell encompasses. They're already there. The only thing that I can say is that when you die, you have to repeat this shit all over again. There's no way you're going to be able, because you have to get rid of that frequency to go up. And these are like your draconians, the shapeshifters who shapeshift into demonic activities, the people who are mediums and they decide to call on lower level demonic entities. Like those people, if they ever wanted to be a representative of God, would have to shed, right, that energy. And depending on the level that you were engaging in this activity, it's going to be a lot of work, right? Like if you were like tier 10 devil worshiper, I don't know what God may want to use you for. Only he would know that, right? But the thing is, these agents, they don't cause chaos in the physical. They cause chaos and disruption in your spirit internally. The battle is only physical in this realm, and if it manifests in this realm, right? The constant attacks, the accusations, the spying, the lying, just anything that has nothing to do with where God is taking you, right? And sometimes it doesn't look like it's a part of the plan, but if you know the plan, then you'll be able to look at the warfare and see what it is that you are to take from it. Like that's the most important thing. When you are attacked, you have to learn how to recognize what the lesson is, because God is allowing the attack for a reason, because we are aware of his existence, right? He wants us to be able to identify him in this situation, right? You have to first give the creator the acceptance. You have to accept the situation. You have to give him the power, and you have to have faith, knowing that he has already taken charge and control of the situation. Our timing is different from God's time, right? This realm, this reality, this plane that we exist in has a totally different timeline from that of the astrals of God, right? What do they call it? Like space-time, space traveling, right? And that's just one dimension that we can understand. Like God's speed is on multiple different timelines, not just one. So before we get up out of here, I just wanted to say that the warfare is going to be subtle, it's going to be consistent, it's going to happen everywhere all the time until you learn to captivate your own spirit and learn what it is that the Creator wants you to learn for where you're going, because it's going to be the same lesson over and over again, just in different forms. It's not going to be a different lesson. Every time you are attacked, the thing that you're taking away is going to be the same until you get it. It's going to be the same lesson over and over until you are really indeed sure that you've learned the lesson and you're ready for the next phase or stage. Pretty soon we're going to have an open forum discussion. We're going to record it. I think it's going to be really important for us to capture what it is that we're going to be discussing, because this is about to get good. Okay, the environment that we are in right now is heightened warfare, and the people that were sent to attack me, right, the energy was transmuted, so we're alliances now. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I do love y'all. I truly, truly do. I hope y'all are drinking y'all water, eating y'all fruit, eating y'all vegetables, and sipping on your own tea. Why? Because it's free. And I hope y'all come out to the Source of Knowledge downtown Newark on the 14th of October, because it's gonna be lit. Love y'all.